The professionals to prepare for nuclear war know best about it. It is the politicians who may consider atomic and hydrogen bombs as just very powerful bombs. Scientists, on the other hand, know what will happen after a massive use of nuclear weapons, extensive radioactive contamination of areas, all life on which would die, huge fires from the consequences of nuclear strikes, creating fiery tornadoes. Such was the complete destruction of Dresden after the American bombing. Without the use of nuclear bombs, eternal gloom and winter due to the clouding of the atmosphere, millions of tons of soot and ash from extensive fires will rise into the upper atmosphere. This has happened before in the history of the Earth due to catastrophic eruptions of large volcanoes. Such events were followed by several famine years due to the lack of summer. A nuclear winter threatens to drag on for decades, then life on Earth will die out. When the weapons of the apocalypse are used by at least one country, all other members of the nuclear club will surely join the showdown. Darkness will envelop all countries. In the midst of a confrontation between countries called the Cold War, the world was constantly teetering on the brink of another worldwide war. Most of the disruptions, which miraculously did not provoke a missile exchange, happened in the United States. It was this country that pioneered the use of computers to maintain its own strategic forces. In the 80s, the system that detected ballistic missile launches, instead of the next batch of data, was accidentally loaded with a training film about a massive nuclear strike. Only the endurance of the operators, who waited for the data from the satellites and the visual inspection, prevented a massive launch of intercontinental missiles. 4 years later, in 1983, a similar event took place in the Soviet Union. Due to a rare coincidence, our satellite was illuminated by reflected sunlight. The system perceived this event as a launch from an American military base of intercontinental missiles. The system operator, Lieutenant Colonel Stanislav Yevgrafovich Petrov, thought that the situation did not look like a massive launch, so he decided, contrary to instructions, to postpone the report to the command until confirmation of missile overflight by radar stations. Only after the lack of confirmation did the military officer make the report. The world learned about Stanislav Petrov only with the collapse of the USSR. The stamina of the Soviet operator, who saved the world, was recognized with special awards. In 2006, in the United States, he was presented with an award by representatives of the World Government of World Citizens. Another 6 years later, the former military man left the service. 1980 found an award from the German media, awarded to persons who have made a significant contribution to society. 2013 Dresden Award, given to citizens who have distinguished themselves in confronting violence.